KalabawCNC Maker Squad. So hey guys, there's been a lot that's been going on. Let's call it the biological malware that's been going on. So I've got another channel. I just wanted to throw this out there. My other channel is more focused about like health and wellness and fitness and all that kind of sort of stuff. And it's not really a channel, it's more like a Facebook page. And I've been posting stuff to there, like personal stories and articles that I've, situations, problems that I've been in and that I've come up with solutions to them. And just wanted to share that with you guys. I don't normally cross stuff with this channel because, of course, this channel I want to remain focused on the recycling and the manufacturing technologies and some of the other things that we've been looking at. But of course, there is that other side that I do this other stuff. So I just wanted to throw that out there, given there's these other things, and a lot of them, in fact, there's some seriously awesome solutions there. So around how you can take care of yourself. That Facebook page is called Extreme Thriving. I actually have another YouTube channel for that, but I haven't posted any videos there. I've been sort of releasing the stories as a blog series, and just going to go ahead and cut this, and I'll show you some sort of screenshots of how to get to those articles so that you can sort of read those articles for yourself, educate yourself about how to take better care of you and your family, your friends, and those around you, so that you don't have to face this. And actually, frankly, I don't have any fear at all. I have zero fear, no fear. And I should add that most of this has been because of my wife. She's really helped me out. So I want to give props to her. But this is how you get there. This is how you get to the point where you don't have to have fear over this. You don't have to let this rule over your life, and you don't have to watch the numbers and concern yourself that you're going to be one of those statistics in that growing curve that is persistently unable to be flattened. But anyways, like I said, I wanted to share that to you so that you can find better ways of taking care of yourself. But you got to read the articles. You have to read them and understand them and see how those situations benefited me and how they can benefit you, and sort of how you can sort of do your own research and discover what works best for you in your own situation. So that being said, I wanted to sort of go into what's happened around here. I've sort of learned a lesson around the chipper shredder project. You saw that there's been a developing news that's come out of that, and that's what I'm going to share now. So without further ado, and I've got some other stuff that I'm going to talk about. So let me go ahead and just cut this, and we'll go right into it. All right. All right, guys. So here's what's happened. The chipper it's blowing up. I must say it's blowing up. And I should have known this because I've done other videos where I talked about metal fatigue and some of that stuff where there's a video series I did with the hangers, and I was pounding them flat, and so this is what happened. The chipper got some metal fatigue on the engine shaft because the engine shaft from the engine was directly hard mounted right to with a keyway and a shaft adapter straight to the blades. And so every time the blade would hit something, it would cause a counter force that would hit on the shaft. And so the shaft sort of got this torque going on, and eventually it caused the metal to fatigue and caused micro fractures in the shaft. And eventually the shaft cracked, and eventually that crack propagated until it just sheared off, and then it started to melt because it was still running. So what you're going to see is that it's and part of it is, I mean, the engine was way overpowered, but it shouldn't have been a problem, but apparently it was. When it comes to chippers and the amount of force that you're putting on the blades, you really need to have some sort of clutch or a belt or something that separates the mechanical forces of the engine or separates the forces of the blade from the engine through a clutch or a belt or something where those mechanical forces aren't transmitted and they can be buffered out. So let me show you what happened to the engine. I'm not sure what we're going to do with the engine. I'm going to try and maybe see if I can sell it or get it fixed up, or I don't know what we're going to have to do, but this is what the engine looks like. You can see right there. Let me get real in close. Well, the zoom isn't working, but you can see it melted. You can see it looks like this is liquid metal over here that it bent out. And the same thing on the shaft adapter side. We go look at that. You have to look down inside of it because maybe I'll just pull it back out here by the light so you can see it. Yeah, let me get where there's light. There you go. See that? I don't know if you can see that, but it cracked. There's clear cracking that went on there, and you can kind of see a little bit on the outside where it kind of melted away a little bit in some of this part. There's this ridge on the inside, so I might be able to use some of this metal. I might, and that's what my next project is. Well, it's not nearly as big of a project, but it's something that I can do. See, there's stuff around the insides here where it splattered metal all the way around, sparks and everything sort of melted the paint. But that's okay. I just went ahead and called this project a loss, and so let me just set that right there for right now. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to call that project a loss. Let me show you what I got going on over here. So I got this thing right here, this Craftsman miter saw. This thing is so old, and I picked it up for like 30 bucks, so it was next to nothing. And maybe I'll just get another one, but I'm not going to, because I think I can fix this one. So you see, right, there's this guard right here, and you see what happened to it? It just split right off like that. So maybe you can't see that there. So it's this guard rail ruler type of thing. Let me see if I can pull that up like that. It's that guard thing right there that broke. And I pulled out an angle bar. Actually, I first tried to go ahead and order a replacement part. Craftsman is usually pretty good about parts, but this thing is so old that they don't have any parts, and they don't have any comparable parts, and they don't have anything that even comes close. So there's nothing I can do as far as parts. I tried to order something and they shipped me something, but it was completely the wrong thing. Obviously, I mean, the saw itself needs a new blade, but I've got a pull-up bar that I'm trying to install here so I can do some working out here at home. But I need to do some 2x4 work, and of course the miter saw is the best. I've got a circular saw I could do, but this needs to be fixed anyways. So anyways, I'm going to work on this a little bit, and I got some spare angle bar that's just sitting here waiting to be used up, and it's looking like it's about the right length, maybe actually a little bit longer. So I'm just going to grind on this thing for a while and see if I can't get sort of the shape that I'm looking for, so I can mount it on here and use it like you would expect for anything else. So I'll work on that a little bit. That's something I can do today. And I'm going to go ahead also to close out this video. I'm going to show you the new chipper shredder that I did buy, a brand new one. You'll like that. And I should add that the chipper this one, the one that we built, it did do quite a bit of work. So it wasn't a complete loss. It really got through a lot of material. So you'll see that in the video when I show the other one. You'll see just how much, because it only just broke just now. But you'll see just how much it went through before it finally failed. And I got a new one, and it's going to work for a little while, and then we'll see what that one does. And we should be able to do some pretty good work with that. So yeah, I'm going to get grinding on this and see if I can't fix this saw up. This is something that I can do right here. I don't need a machine shop to grind on angle bar, so I can just get the diamond blade saw out and just start going at it. So let's have some fun. Time lapse, here we go. Well, the question is, do y'all know what you call this? Or what do you call this? Some people might just call it a shovel. Maybe if you can guess by the end of the video what this is called. Well, I don't know. Anyways, try to guess, see if you can guess what we would call this by the end of the video. Oh, and check out what we did with the old chipper shredder. And the new one is, well, it's been doing some of this, but not a lot of it. Most of it was done with the old chipper. But you can see what we're going to do. And you'll see a time lapse. We're going to try and get rid of this pile and move it all into the garden so I can try and get that done. And hopefully soon get all this stuff wrapped up. So here we go. So, what do you call this? Well, my mom called this a pooper scooper. Why do you think she called it that? because it was used for scoop and poop.